gosh, my hair. Hi, hello, it's me, Giggles. Hello, welcome. When you jump on, let me know where you're from. Let me know if this is the first time watching my live, if this is the first time watching a replay of my live, first time stepping by my channel. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I love to connect with people and create community. This month's series is all about grief and pets and moving through the grief to the giggles, and maybe even just stopping somewhere in between, not even going from grief to giggles all in one swoop, but going from grief to finding a little piece of joy, maybe a smile, to then moving and taking steps towards learning how to laugh again. And I said the last few days and continuing on till the end of the month, I'm going to be sharing in ways that we can honor our pet and honor their memory and help us to move through dealing with the loss of that pet. And so the past few days, I've talked about some different ways that we can do that through a memory box, through celebrating them with an honorarium of some sort, writing a letter. And today, I want to talk about something that might be a little bit more difficult to do than the previous ones. This one is really about really stepping into some vulnerability with yourself, to really just going within and really allowing yourself to work through the emotion of regret. So do you have any regrets that you did or didn't do with your pet? You know, maybe you did something with your pet and your pet wasn't feeling well that day and you were like, come on, let's go. Like I took Horton for a walk and then he passed out as we were walking across the street. It's a previous video you can watch. And then when we got to the other side, I was like, come on, like quit being like so lazy. Like, let's go. You know, you love going for walks. And here he had a mild heart attack. And yeah, so that is taking me a long time and I'm still working through that. Feeling this regret of, it's not even a regret. It's just feeling an emotion of sadness for me, kind of giving him a little tug saying, come on, let's go. And then taking 2 steps and passing out, and just me working through that. Like, so many things. Like I was like, you know, you beat yourself up over all kinds of things that go on in your head that you aren't true, but somehow they fabricate themselves in there, and then you becomes a belief that it must be true because that must be what happened, and it wasn't the case, and all the things. So so just thinking about that, but then taking it to one more step, and that is sitting in front of a mirror, whether it's in your bedroom, maybe in the bathroom, maybe you're standing, maybe you're in a seat. I would suggest finding a chair to sit in, because this can take you down to your knees. It definitely is a tough one, but it's something that when you're ready, whenever that is, perhaps you may try this invitation to do this way of moving through this. And that is looking in the mirror at yourself and just talking through those things that perhaps you are feeling sorrowful for. You're feeling some sadness, some guilt, some whatever that is that's coming up, and to look in the mirror and just to talk yourself through that. And our mind loves to come up with these fabricated stories of that this must be the truth, and that's not probably the truth at all. But our mind has now all of a sudden fabricated this story around this grief, around this sadness, around the sorrow, around this situation, and made it become something that it really isn't. So just kind of talking yourself through that, and just looking at yourself and knowing who you are as an individual. You would never do anything to harm your pet. You would never do anything intentionally to do that. I didn't take Horton on a walk that day thinking he was going to have a heart attack and pass out. And, you know, I didn't pick him up and bring him to the other side of the road thinking that I was going to find him in my arms when I gave him a little, come on, let's go, buddy, you know, like that. And then I still have a lot to go through with that. I had a lot of a lot of stuff happened around that, and I have not been able to. I still haven't, but I'm going to. It's not Sunday yet. I will walk to the mailbox this week sometime. But it's been that happened. Yeah, and see, I'm having a bit of a brain lapse here, where I'm having some space, where I'm remembering when exactly that happened. I know I said it in a previous video when it happened, but I can't at this point think of that time. It's definitely feels, I can still feel it about in my chest area. And it's kind of in my throat a little bit too. So yeah, just sitting in front of the mirror and having a conversation with yourself about these things, that you may feel guilt for, you may feel some sadness around still, and just looking at yourself and knowing that your pet loved you unconditionally. They probably have taught you many things about loving unconditionally. And one other thing that I do feel a little bit of, I don't know if it's guilt or sorrow. I think it's guilt. I think it's guilt that I feel. That was the first word that came to my mind, so that must be what it is that I would often walk in the house when Horton got older, and it took, I'm sure, everything he had and all of his strength to come over and say hi to me. And he was so excited, his tail was wagging. And I felt it was more important some days to go downstairs and get my work clothes off and put on home clothes, just to be comfy, than to maybe say hi to him right away. Or I'd say hi to him, but I wouldn't really say hi. I would say, hi, baby, hi, buddy, and give him a little scratch or whatever. But I really wouldn't spend that time that I felt I could have. And so that's something that I'm trying to also go through in the grief of that. I should have not been so selfish, or was I selfish? I don't know. I'm still working through that one as I look in the mirror and have a conversation with myself about that. So that's what today's about. Is about doing some mirror talk, looking at yourself in the mirror and just having those conversations, and looking at yourself and knowing and looking as you see yourself, you're a beautiful human being, and you meant only the best for your pet, and your pet showed you unconditional love, and your pet was there for you, whether it was good times, bad times, whatever that was, and just maybe having that conversation around that emotion, and see how that helps you feel. Maybe you might need to journal after. Stop, take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, maybe have a lay down. It's quite an emotional thing to go through. One of the ways that I like to end my little mirror talk session is with a little laughter and a little giggle, because that helps to get my things moving and shifting in my body. And so that's an invitation for you as well. So let's end with pretending that we're looking in a mirror. So let's put our hand up as imagining that's a mirror, and we're going to look in the mirror, and we're going to do some gibberish conversation. So there's no idea of what we're actually saying to each other as we gibberish talk in the mirror, and we'll break out into laughter at the end. All right. So blue, 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 blah, blue. Blah, blue, blue, blah. Oh, take a deep breath in. Hold it for a minute. And then exhale. Perhaps you do that a few more times. Just a little gibberish talk, a little breath work, and a little laughter. Have a beautiful day. And I'll see you on Monday, where we're going to be talking about taking a little stretch and a little leap to move forward in helping find some outside sources, I will say, to help move through that grief. That'll be what we'll be talking about on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Remember to share a smile with a stranger. You never know. It may just change their day. And if nature's what's right for you, get out and enjoy some nice weather. Have a beautiful day. I'll catch you on Monday.